Thank you, Mr. Heapy, for your service to our country. Do you own a gun?
I do not.
Okay. Do any of your close friends own guns?
Yes, I live in a state in which guns are held in high esteem.
Okay.
But I do not. I have young children, Senator.
No, I understand.
And I didn't feel comfortable having a gun in our home, given the fact that I have young children.
Well, certainly your right to make that decision. Under the universal background proposal, if Senator Cornyn and I, if I wanted to buy a shotgun, could I do so without having to go through a background check? Yes. Okay, because he's a friend. Okay.
I'm sorry, if you were actually exchanging a gun with Senator Cornyn?
Yeah, so I wouldn't have to go through a background check.
Senator, I think there are a lot of proposals that would create exceptions between
Would you agree with that exception? It would be a waste of money.
I think there should be limited intra-family or intra-community transfers that would be accepted from the universal background check, yes.
So you haven't asked my question. If John and I went hunting a month or so ago, he's got a better shotgun than I have, and I actually talked to him about buying it. Under the regime being proposed, would I have to go through a background check if I bought Senator Cornyn's shotgun?
I'm just not specifically familiar, sir, with whether or not the current legislation would require a background check.
Size of magazines. Can you envision a situation where a law-abiding citizen may need more than a 10-round magazine to protect their family?
Long and extended clip magazines make it much easier for people to commit more grievous acts of violence.
Well, I understand that. Do you agree that mentally ill individuals and felons shouldn't have one bullet?
Yes.
Do you agree there may be times where a mother protecting her 2 children may need more than 6 if there's more than one perpetrator or the 6 shots won't take the guy down?
Senator, we need to be respectful of people's right to defend themselves.
Okay,
absolutely.
Well, the point is I can envision a situation where, like in Atlanta, where the revolver, she had a 6-shot revolver, someone broke into her home, she shot the guy 5 or 6 times, he was still able to get up and go out the door. And they tell me that 1/3 of all assaults involve more than one perpetrator, so I would just make the point that I don't think criminals are going to be limited by any capacity magazine size law. And if you start restricting the amount of a 10-shot limit in some circumstances, that may disadvantage the law-abiding citizen and do not much to the criminal. Now, on the number of people who actually are prosecuted, how many people a year fail the background check?
I believe in 2012 it was around 80,000.
Okay, and how many of those were false positives?
A small percentage. I'm not certain exactly.
Okay. Of those 80,000.
I'm sorry, Senator, I mean to interrupt you, but when you say false positive, what exactly do you mean?
You actually were entitled to buy a gun, but the system kicked you out.
Yes, I think there's an appeal process, and there have been a number of times where someone was bounced back, but then appealed.
Right. Do you know the percentages?
I think it's small, but I can get you a specific figure.
Now, let's nail this down if we can. Do you believe that the best way to deter somebody from misconduct is to make sure that prosecution is certain and swift?
That is needs to be part of a comprehensive solution, whether it's best or not.
No, but in terms of the deterrent aspect of using criminal law, I agree with Senator Franken. We should do something about mental health. I agree with that. But, you know, I've been a prosecutor for a while, too, in my younger days, sorry. And I thought that if you knew you were going to get caught or likely to get caught and the punishment was going to be severe, that was a good deterrent. You agree with that general concept?
Absolutely do, yes.
Okay, of the 80,000 people who failed background checks, what percentage wind up getting prosecuted? Those who aren't false positives?
Yeah, a small percentage.
Well, let's put a number on it.
Last year, out of the 80,000, I believe U.S. attorneys brought about 44 cases.
44 is what percentage of 80,000?
A very small percentage. Lawyers don't do math very well.
And apparently members of Congress don't either. That's why we're in $16 trillion in debt. But I think there are people on my staff that can run the numbers, and I will present it to the committee. The truth of the matter is we're talking about expanding a system where the current system is 0.000 point something. I think we got our priorities wrong. I think we should take the current law and enforce it. Thank you for your time.